few days ago, I posted a video called The Worst Makeup I've Ever Project Panned, and today I'm going to be doing the opposite of this, which is the best makeup I've ever project panned. Now, this is going to be a super fun walk down memory lane. The last video was a little bit spicy, a little bit, I roasted a lot. I roasted a lot in that video, so let's have a little bit more of a happy time today. Speaking of project pans, today's makeup look is basically all project pan. The blue mattes are from my Pan That palette, and that update is going to go live very, very soon, and it is an incredible update, so stay tuned for that. The blue shimmer is Pan Those Eyeshadows. My grey shade is Pan Those Eyeshadows, which was the deepening shade. The purple was Pan Those Eyeshadows, and then my blue wing is Pan That palette. So I just mushed everything together today to make this eye look, and I really like how it turned out. But just before we do jump into this video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe. I do a lot of projects here. I do a lot more cut down projects, to be honest. There was a time last year where I was doing probably about 10 projects a month. It got way too much, so we have cut down a little bit now. I'm really excited. I'm going to be filming my rolling project pan today, so stay tuned because there's a lot coming. So I have 10 products to talk about, to share my thoughts with, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. Number 10 was my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This was a mammoth thing to try and finish. Everyone always says that this concealer is unfinishable. Well, guess what? I finished it. This took a very long time, and at first I was thinking like, oh, it didn't really take that long, but now I think back, I just don't think I realised how long it took to finish a concealer. If I do regular concealer empties, I could finish about 4 in a year. I did not finish 4 that year. I did not finish 4 that year. This is huge. This is like the size of a foundation. I think it's 25 mils, and foundations are normally 30 mils. So it was a damn big concealer. I did use this as foundation quite a few times. This is going back a few years as well now, so I'm still thinking about this, which proves that I'm very proud of this. I loved it as well. It is obviously renowned for being super full coverage. I do have very acne prone skin. Today I have a few friends joining me, which is very annoying, but you know what? That's fine. I'm not into these super light serum concealers. No, I want a concealer that is going to be just paste, a thick paste on my skin that is going to cover up everything, and this concealer definitely was that. I really did enjoy this, and I'm very proud of this one. Next is a product that I really want back in my life, and I'm probably going to have to do an Essence order sometime soon because I do want this product back, and also the Essence Lash Princess mascara. I'm running low on my mascara right now, but the Essence powder was so good. This is like £2 or £3, and it is one of the best powders for my skin that I have tried. I have very dry skin, for context, so maybe if you have really oily skin, this won't be as great for you, but my skin doesn't need that much setting, and if I overset my skin, it can look really dry, my fine lines come out, and it just looks like a hot mess. This flew by. I think I finished like 2 or 3 of these, and I loved them every single time. It is such a beautiful powder for so cheap. Essence is kind of renowned for being really good quality for a really cheap price, almost like e.l.f. kind of vibes. But because Wilko has closed down in the UK, RIP Wilko, it's really difficult to get my hands on Essence now, so I'm gonna have to order it online. Don't order it on Amazon. That was my mistake. I ended up buying fake Lash Princess mascaras, and it was not a good time. So definitely go through the official website. Don't be a cheapskate like me. But I really want this back. I really enjoyed panning this. It made me really happy. I can normally pan powders pretty fine. Powder's not something that I'm like, oh my god, I'm using the same powder again. It's just a powder, you know? I can do crazy eyeshadow, I can do crazy blush, all that kind of stuff. Powder, very easy for me to project pan, so I definitely want that back again. I am running low on pressed powders as well. I only have 2 in my collection now, which is kind of crazy. At number 8, I have a foundation that I actually can't buy anymore, not because it's discontinued, but because this technically isn't cruelty-free. This is the Maybelline Superstay Foundation, and this was my first ever Holy Grail foundation, but Maybelline, what are you doing? When I went 100% cruelty-free, this was the thing that broke my heart the most. This was it. This was it. I love this foundation so much. It is super full coverage, not too dry, not too oily. It lasts all day. It is incredible, but I can't buy it because Maybelline tests on animals. I made that decision a few years ago now to really just cut back on everything like that. I'm not going to support animal testing. I'm not going to spend my money on brands that do that. And this really breaks my heart. It's Maybelline. Please, we're all counting on you. We're all waiting. The fact that I can't buy this anymore actually does make me really sad. I feel like the Maybelline Superstay trend has kind of passed a little bit, but a few years ago, everyone was talking about these and I finished so many of them. I bought so many. It was my holy grail. Back then as well, I had really, really bad acne, like worse than today. To be fair, today's not too bad. I think because I've had such good skin for the longest time, when I do get like the odd little breakout, I'm like, it's horrific. But then I need to remember like what my skin was like before, like that really was bad. So I'm not actually having a bad skin day, it's just in my head. But this was amazing. I miss you, I love you. Please, hopefully one day we will reunite if Maybelline decide to cut it out. Please. Number 7, this is something that we've briefly mentioned before, but this is my Essence Lash Princess mascara. I've been through countless ones of these, like countless, literally. I just keep going on and on and on and on. I keep rebuying, repurchasing, and I will for the rest of my life. This is my favourite mascara ever. I used to buy the Benefit mascaras. Don't do it anymore, don't do it. I will not spend £20+ on a mascara because the Essence Lash Princess is chef's kiss. I know a lot of people have said that it bleeds and it transfers onto your lower lash line. Just put a little bit of clear brow gel on your lashes after you've done your mascara and that kind of sets it in place and it will not do that anymore. You're welcome. You're welcome. That trick has saved me multiple times, so hopefully it'll save you as well. I love this thing so much. I love it. It is so hyped for a reason. I find that a lot of really hyped products are just bad, but this one isn't. This one is actually really, really good. So I'm really, really happy with that. I think that it is an incredible mascara. It has saved me probably like hundreds of pounds at this point. So we love a money-saving queen. Lash Princess will forever be my go-to mascara. I absolutely love it. If you have not tried it, please stop spending so much money on mascaras because you just need this £3 one. I promise you, you will not regret it. At number 6 is a little bit of a bittersweet one because again, talking about foundations, I feel like I find a holy grail foundation and then for some reason I just can't buy it anymore. But at number 6 is my Revolution Matte Base Foundation. I have gone through, I think, 2 of these right now. And it is now discontinued. Revolution, we need a word because how could you do this to me? I'm in the shade F2. This is my final F2, but I did manage to find F1. Now, am I the shade F1? No, but I thought I'm just gonna buy it. F2 was sold out, so I couldn't get F2. I'm just kind of hoping that this is a similar shade-ish. I don't know. I've not tried it yet. It is still sealed. So we'll see, but I'm rationing this and I'm really scared for this to be gone because this is the nicest foundation ever. This is the nicest foundation that I've ever tried. It is full coverage, it is blurring, it doesn't settle into smile lines or fine lines. It's so nice. I remember when I first bought this, I bought this because it was on sale for £2 and I was like, this is going to be awful. I've got to try it. Well, this is my longest relationship with this foundation. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I miss it. Please, Revolution, please bring it back. I love you, please. Like, please. Please. If I ever collaborate with Revolution, I'm not going to do like an eyeshadow palette or anything. I'm just going to bring this back like permanently. That's That's the deal. Love it, miss it. I probably will not be using it much on my channel because I'm just so scared of finishing it, but I really do miss that thing. Even though I have it, but I just feel like I can't use it. I'm really scared. At number 5, we are halfway through our list. This is Fenty Fussy, and oh my goodness me, I remember buying this way back when I was in college, and everyone was raving about it, and finally, my Boots in my little small town was stocking Fenty. I don't live in a town where we have a massive Boots. Actually, my town's Boots still doesn't stock Fenty. It's the town that I used to work in. So I lived and worked in a different town, and it was a little bit of a bigger town where I worked. So yeah, they got Fenty, and it was the tiniest little stand, like a pop-up in the middle of an aisle somewhere. And I was like, the internet's been going crazy about these. I've got to buy them. I've got to try them. Now I do have quite a few Fenty glosses in my collection, but Fenty Fussy will always have a special place in my heart because it was like the beginning of this little journey. I remember being so done with the matte lip trend as well that this was just such a welcome sight. Such a welcome sight. Welcome feeling. Well, welcome everything. Like, honestly. I am still matte liquid lipstick's #1 enemy. Like, I cannot deal with that. I cannot deal with it. I bought this as well when I was doing like a proper minimum wage job back when I was like 16, earning about £4 an hour. So this gloss I think was like £18. So this was like a good day's work. And it was worth it. It was worth every penny. Loved it. I mean, looking back now, that is kind of crazy that gloss was like 4 hours work. More than that. Oh my God. But yeah, it was really good memories and I miss it. I flew through it and I do want it back. Okay, number 4, if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you may know Colourpop Cookie is my favourite lip colour ever, and I still have not got round to repurchasing this. What is wrong with me? Because Colourpop is quite hard to get in the UK, I don't make Colourpop orders much at all. I really try not to. However, Colourpop Cookie is one of my favourite colours ever. I wore this every single day until it was gone, and then I miss it every single day since. It's been like 2 years, I think, since I finished that lip product, and I still miss it. I did do a Colourpop order not that long ago. No, it's probably like 6 months ago now. What am I talking about? Not that long ago. But I should have just put it in that order and I didn't because, you know, an £8 lipstick's gonna break the bank, apparently, I thought. I do have a bit of a thing with money. I do get really scared of spending money. So little stupid things like that happen a lot. But I should have just done it because I miss it, I love it, and I want it back in my life. I've not found a good dupe to it at all. Like, I'm still looking years later and I need it back. I want it back. Please. I'm gonna have to just do a Colourpop order. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and do it. It's not like I'm on the streets, you know, I'm okay. I'm sure I can afford an £8 lipstick. Number 3, this is a highlight that I really love and it's a little bit annoying because you can only get it in a trio and I only use this one. This is the Revolution Supreme highlight in the shade Ice and it is the middle shade, which is like the yellowy champagne shade. This is the most vibrant highlight that I've ever used in my life. I have actually used one of these already and I actually have another one in my collection. So I actually bought one as a backup and I depotted it. I almost dropped it and I was about to cry. I depotted it into my Anastasia Italian Summer face palette because the highlight in here is abysmal. And I mean, just look at that. What? Yeah, I finished one. I finished a whole highlight and rebought it. That is how much I love that thing. Like, I've never done that. Never done that before in my life. Probably will never do that again. But this highlight is so stunning. I remember when Revolution came out with a different highlight formula. I think it was like the carrot gold bar highlights. And I was so excited because I loved this Supreme highlight so much. I tried it and it was the most disgusting, thick, just chalky highlight I've ever used in my life, and I was so disappointed. But this one is amazing. I don't know if this is still available. I really hope so, because it was one of the best highlights I've ever tried. I've tried high-end highlights, I've tried drugstore, I've tried indie, I've tried everything. This one was one of the best, and I just love it so much. I'm so glad that I still technically have it in my collection, but I never use the blue, I never use the pink, I just use that one. But it was amazing. I love it, and I'm so glad that I've got a little bit more time left with one. And number 2, I know that in last video in this little series, like the worst makeup I've ever project panned, I spoke about my Modern Renaissance, and technically this is still Modern Renaissance. This is specifically Warm Taupe from Modern Renaissance. This was one of the most beautiful taupey grey brown mattes I've ever used, and this really started my taupe love. Warm Taupe is the reason why I'm panning That's Taupe this year. I adore taupes, and this opened my eyes to all of that. So Modern Renaissance wasn't all bad. Maybe not. I'm going to cover the most of this palette up because I am about to film my update and I don't want to give any spoilers, but it was very reminiscent of this shade here, and I've been loving this shade. I've just been using this shade all the time, and hopefully you can see a little bit of a dip in it, maybe. Probably not. But this has been such a welcome change. Sorry, I've got really itchy nose. Bear with. This has been such a welcome change from Modern Renaissance, because the majority of Modern Renaissance is bright reds and oranges, and I just grit my teeth and prayed with that palette. Apart from Warm Taupe, I flew through that. I miss it so much every single day. I'm not gonna lie, like, Warm Taupe, I love you. I was going to buy a single of it, and then I realised that Anastasia don't do their single eyeshadows anymore, which, yeah, that was a rude awakening. Like, I actually can't believe that. Where am I going to get Warm Taupe from now? If you guys have a single of Warm Taupe that is not used or lightly used, hit me up, please. I will buy it from you. I just think it's gorgeous. Such a beautiful shade. Ever since I dyed my hair back to my natural colour, I've been loving cool tones, and this is just my perfect cool tone nude shade. I love it so much, and I miss it. I miss it. And finally, number 1, I cannot believe that I panned this entire palette and I still miss it. This is my e.l.f. Truffles Bite Size palette. This was my Pan That palette a few years ago, and I actually finished all of these shades apart from the black, but I did have a massive pan on the black, so I'll let myself off there. This was a like silver taupey shimmer, a taupe matte, and then a brown matte, and then a black matte, and I used that thing to death. I use that thing every single day and I loved it. I did not get bored of it, and still, sometimes I see that palette on like social media and I'm like, should I buy it again? But no, surely not. Surely not. I finished the whole thing apart from a bit of the black. Surely I can't buy it again. I have so many eyeshadows, I can't do that. I've already given that palette so much love. That's what's holding me back. But if I didn't have such a massive collection, I could see this palette being a palette that I just rebought and rebought and rebought and rebought. Which, like, who does that with an eyeshadow palette? Me, clearly. But again, I feel like this is very reminiscent of that palette, and that's another reason why I'm absolutely loving this thing this year. I think it's great. I love it. I've missed panning taupes, and I can definitely foresee this being a palette that maybe next year is completely finished, and I'm like, maybe I need to buy it again. But I don't think I could. I don't think I could. That is what's holding me back. I've already panned it to completion. I cannot buy it again. But this is it. This is the end of this video today, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, definitely like and subscribe. Let me know what is a product you project panned that you just miss, you want back, you absolutely loved it. Let me know down below. But with that being said, this is where I'm going to love you and leave you today. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Bye bye.